Hi there, it's Denise Eckert, and I love coming on here and sharing different ideas and techniques to help you lower the stress in your life because living in stress is just not good. And today I've got Craig Goldberg, and he's the co-founder of In Harmony Interactive, verified vibroacoustic therapy practitioner, technologist, and relaxation expert. Welcome, Craig.
Grateful to be here. Thank you for having me, Denise.
Now, what inspired you to do this type of work?
I was a stressed out human being feeling it. I think it's something just certainly your listeners can agree to and recognize. There's more to do in a day than there is to get it done most days. And that to-do list, that honey-do list that I have is never ending. And as many as I slash off it, there's just more to do, whether it's work, play, parenting, being a significant other and partner to my wife. I was stressed and anxious, and I didn't know what true relaxation felt like until I laid down on our technology and felt vibrations, the sound, the experience, and I instantaneously fell in love. I instantaneously was like, oh, I need more of this. This is what true relaxation feels like. And to your point, your downtime is as important as your uptime. So the more you can relax, the stronger and more capable and more optimized you're going to be when it's go time. It's time to hustle. It's time to get after it. It's time to go. So yeah, a lot of relevancy to what you're talking about and the communities that you've built. It's beautiful. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you so much. And yes, there's nothing worse than feeling exhausted, feeling completely burnt out, and still having, in a sense, to force yourself to do things during the day. It just makes things worse. And
Totally.
yeah,
Self-deprecating.
oh, I went through that last week. I went through a little exhaustion phase and I just took it
But
easy.
wait a minute. But wait a minute, Denise, you run the relaxation lounge and you speak on stress and burnout and you feel stress and burnout too?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's
Well, the
funny.
reason
So
why I
look,
started this was because I was the burnout queen.
I people ask me all the time. I literally position myself and introduce myself as a relaxation expert. And people are like, "Wait, Craig, you get spun out? You use your technology?" And I'm like, "Hey, I secretly run this company so that I have access to the technology, the music meditations and the experiences because I'm running this company and being the father to a 6-year-old and being a son to my parents that are here in my house and my wife and look, it's just the nature of the beast. And too many people in this society wear busyness as a badge of honor and tell me, especially when I introduce myself as a relaxation expert, that I live in a stressed environment. Like that's my mainstay. I'm good there. And I'm like, you could be so much better with a little bit of relaxation. You could be so much more on point. Day after day of running ragged and hustling nonstop and not giving yourself the rest and recovery, regeneration and restoration that you need. Your 100% becomes your 80%, and then 75%, and then 70%. And then you rest like I did last night. I got 11 hours of sleep last night. I feel great. Let's go. Sound lounge sessions yesterday, right? Doing all the things because last night, the night before last, I got 5 hours of sleep and I did a couple sound lounge sessions during the day. And it's nice to have the tools, but at the end of the day, sleep, rest, meditation, whatever you want to call it, one of the most powerful things that you can do to strengthen yourself. Again, your downtime is as important as your uptime to go and get going.
Absolutely. Now, what is vibroacoustic therapy?
It's a big word, that's
It
for
is.
sure. It is a big word. So, vibration, acoustic sound. We're talking about sound and vibration therapy. And this is a formal body of research. It goes back to the mid 1970s. And it's basically the study of sound and frequency and its impact on the human body, your physiology, your anatomy, your neurology, and the impact that sound and frequency has on your body. And what most people, I think, realize but may not realize is that you are basically a big antenna constantly coming into and out of what's called harmonic resonance. It just means that you match frequencies that are presented to your body. And if you're not tending to that, then you're simply matching the frequencies of the electromagnetic energy around you, the electricity that's flowing through your walls, all of these different things. So, sound and frequency, scientifically proven, and we've done this with our own science and research and third party tested and validated, but scientifically proven to bring the body back into balance. So, if you're particularly high strung, you're revving at a high RPM, It brings you down to baseline. If you're low energy, exhausted, run down, it boosts your energy level. It brings you back to that optimal state for rest, recovery, maintenance mode, and then ultimately hustle mode.
Now, your product there, it is going to be more of a product-based interview here. So it does the actual sound and it does the vibration.
It does. Yeah, so inside it, this is called a tactile transducer. It's a fancy word for half of a speaker. And here's a magnet. That magnet oscillates. It's driven by music. And we have our music meditations app and a record label. But basically, what you're looking at behind me, if you're looking at video, is the InHarmony Zero G. It is our most expensive unit. I have the rest of our units outside my office in my healing room. But basically, inside here are four tactile transducers. There's speakers, high frequency speakers, an amp down below that you can plug in, and you'll see a tablet or a phone actually that's connected to it. And you're basically putting on headphones, listening to music, feeling those same vibrations through our technology as well. And this harmonizes your sense of touch and your sense of hearing. And magical things start to happen when you harmonize what you're feeling and what you're hearing. It resets the nervous system, which takes you from sympathetic to parasympathetic, from stressed and anxious to calm and relaxed, from survival mode to maintenance mode. And that's where a lot of the magic happens in the body. It begins to perform the way it is so eloquently and beautifully designed to perform. And that's the magic of our technology, is in keeping you calm and relaxed for longer periods of time, because you and I both know when you're spun out, stressed and anxious, any little thing that goes wrong or isn't as expected will throw you into a downward tailspin. But when you're rested and you're on point, gosh, it feels like there's nothing the universe can throw at you that's going to throw you for a tailspin. You just got this. No problem. You think through it, you got it. And there's a variety of different metabolic and biological reasons why that's true, and we can certainly dive into that if you'd like. So you can hop on my YouTube channel and search for extended music meditations, and we have 11-hour music meditations that are just free and up on our website. We have our music meditations app, which I'm happy to share a sample of, and that's available in the Google and Apple app stores. It's $8 a month. That $8 goes towards new music, maintaining the app, new features, that sort of thing, and we certainly appreciate it. We have 11,000 app users as of today. We have people around the world that just use our app, travel with it, put it on in headphones as they're walking through the airport or doing things that are otherwise stressful situations, and they'll just run that in the background with transparency mode on. Just listening to it through the speakers on your phone are wonderful, or through a home stereo system, a Bluetooth speaker that you can sit on your chest and feel the vibrations with a deep enough bass resonance. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get access to this without investing in our technology. Our technology enhances it and brings a whole other physiological level to it. But yeah, you can totally just listen to our music meditations. And I recommend putting on a weighted eye mask or some type of eye mask. Headphones are going to make it more immersive. Just close your eyes and lose yourself in the music. Give yourself 15 or 20 minutes. The music ends when the ride is over. And there's different durations in the app, anywhere from 2 minutes to 2 hours. And give yourself an opportunity to turn off the outside world, the outside stimuli, and allow yourself a moment just to breathe and relax. And that works through our YouTube channel. It works through our app. There's a lot of different ways that you can gain access to it. And I appreciate that question.
Now, I'd like to know the science behind what you're doing.
Sure.
Like, how does this really work?
Where to start with such a short period of time? Because I have hour and a half
Reader's
lectures to talk
Digest
about
version.
science. I know, I love it. It's awesome. The long and the short is we are stimulating two of your senses, your sense of touch and your sense when you're laying on our technology, which is the most immersive. The science in the brain is we are entraining the brain. So you are, I am, and everybody that's listening is a pattern recognition being. Your brain loves patterns, and it constantly looks for those patterns, and it falls into those patterns that it's guided into. You're either doing this intentionally or not. I'll give you one great example, even though I have dozens. When you get out of a shower or a pool or a hot tub or a bath, I bet you dry yourself in the same order. Whatever that is for you, you probably do it every single time the same way. I start on my head, then I do my face, then I do my neck, then I do my upper torso, and then my legs. Other people might start at their feet and work their way up. Whatever it is, you do it the same way. You brush your teeth the same way. You start in the same quadrant and you finish in the same quadrant, right? And this is just by design because your brain knows the pattern, recognizes the muscle memory, and you almost do it without even thinking about it. Music works the same way to guide the brain into different brainwave states. So out of a beta brainwave, where you're processing the world around you, the most amount of stimuli is being felt when you're and interpreted when you're in a beta brainwave. Your subconscious mind and your brain is processing about 4 billion inputs per second. The conscious mind can handle 4. So the reticular activator system is constantly filtering out a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't matter in the brain. When you listen to music, it starts to harmonize the hemispheres. It starts to harmonize the brain and move you out of beta into alpha, theta, delta, and even up into gamma, without getting into this too much. But this is very good because in these alternate brainwave states, not beta, is where your body actually recovers. It's where restoration, regeneration, and restoration happens. It's really important for us to move in and out of these different brainwave states. We can do that through sleep. We can do that through meditation, or we can do that through listening to music. And sleep and meditation is nothing more than a conscious perception of a slower brainwave state. So when Denise goes to bed at night, your brain isn't going to sleep. Your autonomic nervous system is still working. Your brain is doing all these things at a cellular level to restore you back to optimal health for the following day. The same thing happens during meditation. Again, to my before, it's the single most amazing thing that you can do. When you're laying on our technology and you're adding the physical benefit to it, you're now stimulating your sense of hearing and your sense of touch through all the mechanoreceptors, from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers to the top of your head. That change in pressure is felt by the vibrations of the music, and it's harmonized with what you're hearing. And this creates a three-dimensional, fully immersive feeling and experience for the brain and you that literally kicks in the chemical cascades associated with being in rest and digest or in maintenance mode passively, and it feels amazing, getting a little sonic massage while you're doing it. So the science is pretty clear that we kick in that chemical cascade associated with being in maintenance mode or parasympathetic in a matter of 5 to 7 minutes. So it's really powerful. There's a ton of great science. I'm the only vibroacoustic manufacturer that's FDA registered here in the United States as a class 1 medical device. There's a ton of science behind what we do.
For someone who has never heard the rest and digest maintenance mode, can you explain that to us a little bit?
My pleasure. All right. So your autonomic nervous system has 2 responses: parasympathetic, rest and digest, or sympathetic, stressed and anxious. And there are lots of different triggers that will take you from parasympathetic to sympathetic. There's physical, mental, emotional, relational, nutritional, financial, like all these different things that can stress us out. Anytime you're feeling stress and anxiety, you're in that sympathetic nervous system response, by the way. And we're meant to spend most of our time in a parasympathetic nervous system response. Now, here's the thing. It's relatively involuntary. Your nervous system is constantly looking for threats. When you're constantly looking for threats, what do you find? Threats, right? Constantly finding what you're looking for. It's why training the negative self-talk and all the different things are really important. But here's the thing that's most important. When you're in a sympathetic nervous system response, your body has a different set of priorities than if it's in a parasympathetic nervous system response. I call the sympathetic nervous system response survival mode, and I call the parasympathetic nervous system response maintenance mode. And think of those names, because when you're in survival mode, when your brain is like, all hands on deck, we need to survive. There's a threat and we need to handle it. How much of your energy do you want to apply towards that threat? You want 100% of your energy, right? So it means it's turning off parts of your brain and logical thinking. It's turning off parts of your immune system. It's turning off parts of your reproductive organs. It's turning off parts of your digestive tract, because these are all very expensive products of your body and processes in your body. So when you're in survival mode, your body is not performing in maintenance mode. It's not taking care of itself. It's not killing off dead cells. It's not working through detox pathways. It's not digesting food and pulling out nutrients. So when you're in survival mode, it doesn't matter how clean or organic or wonderful your supplements are, because you're not digesting them, literally. And too many of us are walking around in a chronic stressed state, in that sympathetic, from the moment we wake up until the moment we go to bed, day after day, week after week, month after month. And that's where chronic ailments are uncovered and applied. When we have a tool that can take us into parasympathetic, into rest and digest, now all of a sudden the body is performing the way it was so beautifully and eloquently designed to perform. This is where we want to spend most of our time, in that parasympathetic maintenance mode versus stressed and anxious. And I hope that clarifies, and I can dive deeper if you have any questions.
Yeah, and you know what? People don't realize being on things like social media where you're seeing wars and drug raids and this and that and crime, they don't realize that your brain thinks that's happening to you and
100%.
it's putting
You're,
you into that, okay, there's a threat here. There's a threat. There's a threat. There's a threat. So our
and
brain,
it's not, right?
no, it's not.
I, so look, all of, it's not just social media, it's also the endless news cycle that we
Yeah.
see. What most people, if, and some people I think realize that, but they're still so hooked on it, that dopamine hit of watching and staying. But what it's doing to your nervous system is putting you in a fight or flight. It's putting you into that survival mode. What most people don't realize is that even the music, the sounds, and the lights that's coming off the screen are further stimulating your nervous system into that sympathetic nervous system response, aka survival mode. Shoot, just here in the United States, listening to Wolf Blitzer talk puts me into. He's constantly screaming, right? It's this is the most important thing we've ever heard. This is what's happening. You need to know about it. The pace, everything is designed to bring you into a sympathetic nervous system response and keep you there. Here's what you need to know that's so deadly about that sympathetic nervous system response. Here in the United States, 6 out of the top 10 reasons why Americans die from all cause mortality, all of the reasons why they die, are exacerbated by stress and anxiety. You remove the stress and anxiety, those 6 reasons for death go away. It's that important. It's why my mission and my passion is so strong in understanding the nervous system, its response, and sharing this with you. Spending your time in a sympathetic nervous system response is literally taking years off your life. You want to spend more time in parasympathetic. Now, I don't want to remove the stress entirely. Stress is actually a good thing. It's what makes you stronger. When you go to the gym, you're stressing your muscle, you're breaking it down and it builds back stronger. So some stress is good. But when you're in that stress state, you actually want to stay in the parasympathetic more often and for a longer period of time and bounce back from that sympathetic nervous system response to parasympathetic nervous system response quickly, efficiently, effectively, and with balance.
I love that. Okay, Craig. So, yeah, anybody's interested in learning more about Craig's app and all his wonderful products, I will be putting his links in the show notes or wherever you're watching this. So, feel free to reach out and ask him any questions. Now, Craig, what are your final words of wisdom to the audience today?
I'll give you 2. The first kind of feeds off what you just said, and that is if you've got questions, my phone number is quite literally at the top of my website, and I welcome you to call anytime, day or night, weekday or weekend. I make myself available. I do my best to answer the phone. I love it when it rings, and I love to connect with people that are interested in learning more about what we do. So please call. The second, go easy on yourself. Give yourself grace. Give yourself gratitude. Appreciate the moment. Live in the moment. It's why we're here. We're here as humans, having a human experience to feel all of the emotions, the energy in motion, and to feel all the feels. So feel them, enjoy them, experience them, and go easy on yourself. You don't need to further exacerbate that stress response by giving yourself a hard time. We could be our own, I think, worst critic. And give yourself a little bit of grace, a little bit of gratitude. Know that you're doing the best you can with the information that you have available to you. And take time to take care of yourself and give yourself what you need to rest and recharge. You deserve it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I just feel relaxed after listening to that.
Oh, I'm honored.
You know what?
I
It,
love
and
that.
that's the thing, what my goal in this world is to help people realize that it doesn't take a lot to put ourselves into a restful state. It really
It
doesn't.
does.
Some people think, oh, it takes hours, you're going to do this or that. No. As you said, like even with your app,
It's,
like you could do 15 minutes and you
you
could
can do it
change,
in seconds by
you
just
know?
taking a deep breath and closing your eyes and allowing yourself a moment to just breathe. The breath
Yeah.
controls the mind controls the body. It's one of the fastest way to unlock it. Get your feet in the grass. Hard to do when you're up north like you are, but like even in the snow, do it. It's awesome. Ground. Release that tension and that energy. Get some sunlight on your skin. There's a lot of different ways to do it. I think at the end of the day, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to perform and constantly be performing when the reality is sometimes we just need to throw on a music meditation and give ourselves 5-10 minutes to relax so that we can be stronger when we wake up and we get back at it. And
Absolutely.
that's important. Instead of reaching for a stimulant like coffee, which I love, or chocolate, or all the things that give us the energy boosts that we love.
Yeah, so many people take a break and grab the coffee, grab the phone, start scrolling. It's like the worst thing to
Right.
do.
It's the worst. You're just further exacerbating your stressed
Yeah,
state instead of giving your body what it needs, which is typically rest. Now, music guides you into the depth of that restful state very quickly and very efficiently. So, the biohack, the way to get more out of that rested state, to rest for 20 minutes. Like when you lay down on our sound lounge, I think this is a really important stat. 20 minutes on my sound lounge with headphones fully immersed is equivalent to 4 hours of sleep.
nice,
It's the
amazing,
ultimate hack, right? If you're short on time, this is technology that can literally help you perform better more often for longer periods of time.
awesome. Thank you so much for your time here today. And I'm going to leave you a gentle reminder to slow down and enjoy life. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening today. If this episode gave you something, there's more waiting for you inside the Relaxation Lounge. The tools, the community, the support, all in one place. Come and exhale with us. The link is in the show notes, or you can go to www.therelaxationlounge.info, and we'll see you in the lounge.